Hi everyone, you're here with Brendan from Fuzz Factory Touring, and we're joined with a very special guest today. We have Igor from Psych Prog Legends Stone Jesus. Igor, great to meet you. How are you?
Same here. Thanks.
Um, yeah, look, just wanted to ask, you've just finished up the 15th anniversary tour. How was it being received? And massive tour for yourself. How was it?
Yeah, we played like 70 shows uh, for like longer than a year. It took us because we also had squeezing the new recognition. So it was like 13 months, I believe, and we played all of Europe, like the places we haven't played in years. And yeah, it was our like most successful, biggest tour in years. Kind of surprised because we've been inactive for a while and then we couldn't tour because of Russian invasion of Ukraine. And obviously, like I I wasn't too optimistic about it, but like I was blown away by the reception, by the crowds, by the progression of the band with the new members, Andrew and Yudi. So yeah, so far this is like the best tour that ever happened with Stone Jesus.
And with the material, I mean, you've got a lot of albums to draw upon over the 15 years. Still, people are loving it a lot. I've seen on social media people still saying the classic album Seven Thunders Raw, saving lives, impacting people a lot.
Yeah.
Did you ever see all your albums over the years? Did you ever think that it'd have this much impact on people and have such longevity?
Actually, it still blows my mind. Like each time I think of it, I was just a dude sitting in like a rented flat in Kiev, like in hot summer of 2010, writing these songs that would become Seventh Thunders Raw, and I would never think about it in a million years. And what's like even cooler for me as like a creative person is to see that people uh, continue to discover, continue to appreciate other aspects of Stone Jesus discography. Like, I mean, I get it. Seven Fathers Raw is a very important record, and it's gonna remain like the Stone Jesus album for many people. But like, it's really cool to see people dig in stuff from Pilgrims, like our darkest and most experimental album to date, or people rediscovered Fatherlight, which was released after a huge gap, after 5 year inactivity gap, basically album wise. Like we were touring in this period, obviously, but there was also this little thing called pandemic,
Yes,
which put
yes.
everything on hold. So yeah, we like spent almost 5 years without an album. So it's really cool to see people discovering it and really digging it. And yeah, with like constructing greatest hits set list for this 15th anniversary tour, I was obviously thinking about that. So we would play like at least three songs from Seven Thousand and like two, maybe one
Yeah.
song from any other album. Because yeah, I understand that Seven Thunders is very important for our fans, but it's also very important for us as well because it's sort of put us on the map and kind of brought us to the level that we're in right now.
And going back over the years, touching on the topic of Ozzy Osbourne and Black Sabbath, I know 10 years or so ago you did a awesome tribute to the Rit on the Sweet
Yeah,
Leaf tribute. Very unusual song to pick. What resonated with you with that song from Black Sabbath?
it's a very haunting song. Like I loved it. Uh, Basically from the moment that I discovered Sabbath myself when I was like 13, 14-year-old teenager. Like just such a weird structure and like all the ebbs and flows and all the thing that this song is going through. It's like a little movie, and this is something that I've always been drawn to as a listener and as a songwriter, like the unusual structures for the song, the storytelling that like elevates the usual song structure. This is
Yeah.
something that I've been a big fan always, and also like the final riff is so like gnarly and so heavy, so good. And I always wanted to do this song, and basically the chance come along. Cleopatra Records contacted us for this a Sweet Leaf tribute. And the guys, I don't remember if they weren't available or they weren't really interested back at the time, but um, okay, the story is I did everything by myself. So this is me playing drums on this cover. This
Wow.
is me playing bass and all the guitars, yeah, and all the vocals and everything. And like I was so happy with the result. And this is actually a bit disappointing that we never played it live. But on the other hand, like when you have like I don't know, 50-minute long set on a festival or like 70-minute solo set, you cannot just give away 10 minutes for a cover because 10 minutes means some other song from Stone Jesus catalog or like even two songs. So yeah, never played like not even recorded full band, just through, but still a pretty part of Stone Jesus history.
No, it's an amazing tribute to Sabbath. I love that version of the writ. And I've got to ask,
Thank you.
new material coming up, Shadowland. Absolutely love that song. Congratulations on the new
Thank you.
single. Songs to Sun coming up next month. First of the trilogy. Can you tell us a little bit more about what's in store for Stone Jesus and the new album?
No, of course, I'd love to. Me yapping away about Stone Jesus is like my favorite activity. So yeah, like during pandemic, I was writing a lot, and the previous Stone Jesus lineup, we were like separated through different cities and towns during the pandemic, and the next year of the pandemic, and the first year of Russian invasion. So we kind of grew apart during this time. And I was still writing, and the stuff that I was writing, I loved it a lot, and the guys not so much. So I figured like I need to release it anyway, and I would love to do it with people who would appreciate the things that I was writing, and I was really enjoying it. And like when I took a really good hard look on the stuff that I've written, I realized that it's like perfectly can be shared on like three shelves. Like there are heavy and like somewhat aggressive songs. There are more like contemplative, dark and subtle and like moody songs.
Yeah.
And there are like ideas who would fit pretty good into this like long 20-minute like long side long epic prog track. So there you go. There are like three different sides to Stone Jesus nature. Like there is a more aggressive and direct be Songs to Sun. Then more like subtle and like really personal and dark, which is going to be Songs to Moon next year.
Yep.
And there's Songs to Earth, which is just two 20-minute long prog epics. I don't even know if we're going to play them live because they're going to be pretty challenging to pull off, but we'll do our best. And like with Songs to Sun, we're planning a huge tour in Europe for next spring. But actually, Australia are going to be the first territory
Cannot
to
wait.
hear songs of it, yeah, live. I think we're going to play singles mostly, but we'll see. Maybe we will throw like a deep album cut in there as well.
And with Songs to Sun, is the majority of the album going to be that heaviness and the riff heavy style that you've got coming through on the Shadowland, or will there be some dynamics through there, a bit more easing off on the heavy, or is it just all like that?
Oh yeah, I'm never like a guy, even as a listener, just to be like confined in just one vibe because I really like when the vibe shifts and
Yeah.
there are like different sides to sort of the same emotion. So there are like the opening track is probably my favorite on Songs to Sun, and those people who would lament us never returning to Seven Thunders Raw vibe, they will be very surprised, like in a positive way. Like this song would have fit Seven Thunders Row perfectly, in my opinion, and this is my favorite track on the record. But there is also another track which closes the record, which is like uh, extremely personal, and I wrote it like almost 12 years ago, and I even never showed it to all the other iterations of Stone Jesus because it was too personal. But I felt like this is the time now, and this is the heaviest track, like lyrically and emotionally. But it doesn't even have like an fuzz guitar on it or anything. It's like mostly acoustic guitars, drums, and synth, but it's very intense track. It's called Quicksand, and yeah, I'm pretty sure we're never gonna play it live because it would take a lot for me to pull it off like on a nightly basis. So it's like very different and very interesting record in this regard. So it's, yeah, it's like heavy and aggressive, and intense, but it's also like of intensity and heaviness from songs to songs. So yeah, it's really interesting to see how people gonna react to it, and I'm very much looking forward to
I'm
that.
looking forward to it as well. And Australia tour just around the corner. What can Australian fans expect from Stone Jesus on the live experience? What are they in for? What are you guys going to bring?
Oh, I'm very happy to say that we are a very like well-oiled machine at this point. Of playing 70 shows in like the last month or so. Like the new guys doing a very good. Like I love playing with them, and the energy is very high. And like we have some little things that each of us brought to older songs, so they would like play nicely and like be really fresh. To be gonna be surprising for some people to hear like the older tracks like Blackwoods or maybe even Up the Mountain to be treated a bit differently, not like radically, but a bit differently. Set list wise, it's gonna be like the greatest hit set list that we had during 15th anniversary tour, but like with some surprises, including the fresh songs of Songs to Sun. And yeah, we're very much looking forward to Australian audiences because we never played in Australia, and I just don't know what to expect because like in UK, it's very different. Like I'd heard a lot that UK is gonna be this like Nordic like sullen country with people just standing there with their arms crossed, and we didn't get that at all. Like people were running around and moshing and going crazy, even like on the slower numbers. And obviously, when they bring this sort of energy and they give this energy to you, you give it back like tenfold. So it's a great experience and great opportunity to have your mind blown. So yeah, very much looking forward to that.
And just to finish off, first time to Australia for yourself. You've never been down under. Is there anything you're looking forward to seeing in Australia? Anything you've heard about a lot over the years and you can't wait to do while you're over here?
Well, obviously, like we need to do the like two pictures that like all touring bands do when they in Australia. First one is the koala one.
Yes.
Like obviously we need to be standing around holding a koala, or maybe like even a sloth because it's more like doom metal
Fits in.
oriented kind of animal. And then of course Sydney Opera House, which also looks gorgeous, and we would love to be caught with
Brilliant.
like this thing behind our backs. But otherwise, actually, it's a bit embarrassing to say, but like I don't really know a lot about Australia except for the music because the music scene is amazing. Like great band from like Birthday Party back in the day and like continuing, all like right through the decades, and like with King Gizzard being one of the
Yeah.
like most popular and most eclectic bands these days, and like a bit of an influence, I would say, because they just don't care about genres, whatever they want to do, and like the fan base only grows and grows, and people are so excited to discover what Giz gonna bring next. And that was actually one of the like motivating points for me with doing the songs trilogy. I thought to myself, like, I mean, if those guys can pull it off, I should try probably as well. So yeah, kudos to Australia.
No, fantastic. Well, look, the first show of the tour is 28th of September in Perth, and then it rolls out all around the country into October. Look forward to seeing yourself when you get to Perth, and yeah, all the best between now and then, and safe travels, and we'll see you soon.
Thanks a lot. Looking forward. See you soon.
Thanks, Igor.